Today we are making an easy chicken and garlic mayo sandwich, and for more simple recipes like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel. First, you want to preheat your oven at 200 degrees Celsius or about 390 Fahrenheit, and after that we're gonna go straight into preparing the chicken. For this recipe I'm using chicken breast, but if you want to go with a cheaper alternative you can use chicken thighs. Just make sure that you trim all that excess fat and get rid of that skin, and you should be good to go. Now for the two chicken breasts that I'm using, I'm gonna go with a good pinch of salt and a good pinch of pepper, following with a quarter of teaspoon of garlic powder and a quarter of teaspoon of curry powder. But you don't have to stop here. If you wanna go with any other spices, just go for it. Once the seasoning is completed to your liking, just get in about 2 tablespoons of veg oil and make sure that the chicken is well coated into the seasoning and oil. Ideally, you wanna give this chicken at least an hour so it absorbs some of that flavor. But if you don't have the time, don't worry, go straight into a hot pan, cook the chicken 3 minutes on each side or until it starts getting a nice golden brown color. With the chicken nicely cooked on the outside, we're gonna transfer this into the oven for about 10 to 15 minutes or until it reaches 75 degrees Celsius or about 167 Fahrenheit. This is the safe to eat temperature, so make sure you are somewhere in that range so you don't get food poisoning. With the chicken into the oven, now make sure you get a timer on so you don't forget about it, because things can go wrong, trust me. When the chicken reaches the safe to eat temperature, remove it from the oven and let it rest for about 5 minutes. And meanwhile, we're gonna make some homemade mayo. Obviously, this is one of those. You can skip this process and go with the shop-bought mayo if you want to, but homemade mayo is so easy to make that all you need is 1 egg yolk, half teaspoon of Dijon mustard, a splash of white wine vinegar, and about 100 milliliters of veg oil. After you combine the first 3 ingredients, all you have to do is gradually add oil. And trust me, this is gonna be a lot faster than going to the shop. You're gonna get your mayo done in minutes. With the homemade mayo ready, we can move on now to the chicken. I'm simply dicing it. I find this way working best since it combines better with the homemade mayo we just made, but if you wanna cut it in half and place it into the sandwiches like that, that's definitely something you can do. Before you adding the mayo and you combining everything together, I would give this chicken another 5 to 10 minutes so it's cooling down even more. In my opinion, it works better when it comes to sandwiches, but if you want it slightly warm, then just go with the mayo straight in. Now when it comes to seasoning, since our chicken was properly seasoned in the first place, I would simply go with a pinch of salt and a pinch of pepper and a touch of smoked paprika. And obviously a clove of fresh garlic, because this was meant to be chicken and garlic mayo sandwich, so don't forget the garlic. Fresh chopped chives are optional, but I really like that light onion aroma into my sandwich. Once you have all the ingredients into the bowl, make sure that are well combined, and now let's put this big boy together. To make an amazing sandwich, you need an amazing bread, and for this sandwich I'm using homemade focaccia bread, a recipe that's gonna come in future videos on the channel, so make sure you follow me closely. Again, butter on this sandwich is kind of optional, since we've got some mayo in there, so it's definitely not gonna be dry, but it really works in sandwiches in general, so I will really keep it. I'm also adding some rockets for some freshness, or you can use mixed leaf salad if you want to, and I'm finishing this sandwich with a good grate of parmesan, or you can use any other cheese that you prefer. Now make sure you check the oven crispy fries recipe that's on the screen right now. This works so well with this chicken sandwich, and I'll see you in the next one.